Senator Anderson.
Senators, I rise in memory of Robert Dennis Bob Bucci. Bob was one of those men who are the backbone of American society. Bob cared deeply for his family and his community, and he spent his days actively working on behalf of both. Bob used his sense of humor and love of fun and to charm everyone. But he was most adept at using these skills to help those in need, particularly children and teens in search of stable homes. Bob was dedicated to his role as a volunteer president for the North California Family Center. NCFC has provided shelter and assistance to thousands of children, teens, and at-risk families through emergency intervention, family counseling, and home placement. As he helped others, Bob and his wife also made sure their 6 children received an education that provided a strong foundation both academically and in their faith. Bob served as a daily example of how to balance his love of his family, his professional achievements, and his service to his community, an accomplishment we should all try to follow. My thoughts and prayers are with the Bucci family as they mourn the loss of a humble man with such a generous heart and a strong commitment to family and community. I knew Bob briefly because he was the father-in-law to my niece, and at the wedding it was very clear his commitment to his family, the love he had for his children, and what a horrible loss. But I also learned at that time that his childhood friend is a fellow senator. And so I, at this time, like to allow my colleague to also rise in Bob's behalf. Thank you.
Thank you. Senator Hill, on this item.
On this item, thank you, Mr. President. And I would like to follow my good friend from San Diego as we memorialize my good friend, a friend for over 50 years who passed away, and that is Bob Bucci. Bob was an accountant. We met in his home 50 years ago. He became my accountant. But more important than that, and there's a quote, if I may read, Mr. President, that says, "A true friend never gets in your way unless you're going down." And that's what he did for me. For many years, we all face difficult times, struggles in our lives. And every time I faced those struggles and those difficult times, Bob was there to lift me up, to be there to support me and to help me through those challenging moments that we all go through. A great family man. He was an accountant, as I mentioned, but it was all a lot more than just the numbers. He was with his clients. It was about their families. It was about their career. It was about their interests, their passions, their futures. That's how he spent his time. And as my friend from San Diego mentioned, the Northern California Family Center was a very large part of his life as he spent so much time, energy, and resources to make sure that those foster children were placed in the proper place and that they had lives and successes that they can count on in the future. So I ask you, members, to please adjourn in his memory, because he was someone that I will miss, his family will miss, and his friends will miss. Thank you.
Thank you. Please bring his name forward so that he may be properly memorialized. Members, we're going to go back to the agenda for the day. We're going to, messages from the governor will be deemed read. Messages from the assembly will be deemed read. Reports on committees will be deemed read.